So the Department of Veterans Affairs is among the list of federal agencies trimming down the size of its workforce. So far, the VA has dismissed roughly about 1,000 of its employees. However, that's just a fraction of a percent, as the agency employs somewhere in the area of 470,000 people nationwide. Now, Democratic senators, including the Georgia Senator Jon Ossoff, are seeking answers about the VA engaging with Doge, including access to veterans' medical records. But the head of the VA, Secretary Doug Collins, just posted this to social media, pushing back.
I just found out, undoubtedly, Burger King has opened a franchise in the Senate side of the House and on Capitol Hill. I don't know what's happened, but Whoppers are flying out the door everywhere.
Joining me now is the new head of the VA. He is Secretary Doug Collins, live with us here on the Hill. Mr. Secretary, we'll get to Whoppers and all that in a second. Thanks for being with us tonight. Appreciate it.
Glad to be with you. It's good to see you.
So, in all seriousness, your agency employs about 500,000, and nice to see you as well. Your agency employs about 500,000 folks or so. There's believed to be about 18 million living veterans. So when you think about the VA, this touches tens of millions of families and basically every community all across the country. You've only been in the job 2 weeks, but as you look at what you've seen, just right off the bat here, what do you think is your biggest task at hand right now?
Well, I think the biggest task at hand is our cultural change, and it's something that I've said the minute one from my confirmation hearing on, is that the VA is about the veteran. And I know that sounds intuitive, but it's not. Because when you get an organization sometimes this size, it begins to have a lot of what I call self-care in the organization. We got a lot of great people here, but we need to remind ourselves, just like any good organization does, is why we're here, and the veteran is why we're here. So that's why we're looking, and why in these times right now, we're looking to make sure that anything we do with our cost cutting, with our employment, is focused on our veterans and making sure that those who touch our veterans directly are not part of that impact, so that those can continue to get the benefits and the health care that they have earned.
So let's talk about that, because you have said, there's 300,000 that are mission critical, 470,000, right? So you're somewhere in the area of 170,000 who wouldn't be defined as mission critical. 1,000 have already been let go. Statistically, that's a rounding error, right? That's less of 1%. And so in this age of, if you lose a job, it hurts. At the VA, why are they letting people go? But the president wants to see sort of widespread change. How do you handle that? What's the right balance?
We do strike a balance. And look, there's still other things that we're looking at, and there's still other changes that will probably come along. And I think that's just something that we have to make sure of, that in this situation, we're going to look for every efficiency. And I can already say that from some of the efficiencies and some of the cuts we've already made, we're looking to find a place right now for almost $100 million that we can redirect from things that we should not have been spending, or in contracts, or also in some employment, and redirect it toward our veteran health care, our veteran suicide issue, our veteran homeless issue, which again enhances why we're supposed to be there. So look, we're just getting started here. And believe me, there's been a focus here. And one of the things that's so amazing about the Hill right now that you had mentioned sort of earlier, you alluded to in my video, is that the other side is trying to scare people. They're trying to tell us that we're cutting veterans benefits. That's just wrong. In fact, like I just said,
so no benefits cut, no benefits, no critical services cut.
No critical services cut. And they keep telling to scare people, because that's the only tool they have left, is to try and scare people. And I'm here to tell you the truth. You want to come to the Secretary of VA, that's me. We're not cutting critical health care. We're not cutting health care benefits. We're not cutting benefits. In fact, we're actually making it faster in our VBA, our benefit side, to get your answer quicker. We've already instituted, we've had some record decisions, weeks, where we're actually posting more and more benefits to claimed and to conclusion than we ever have. Those are all why we're making the changes that need to be made. So look, when you have the Hill saying this is being cut, and one right now, that let me just get to this one, because this is a sort of offensive. They said that we were cutting veteran crisis line responders. That is just wrong. We did not cut any veteran crisis line responders who actually pick up the phone and talk to those who need to talk to a veteran crisis line. They're trying to use that with some other things that were going on in the back offices that did not happen. So just for your listeners, and if you're watching tonight, trust me when I tell you, we're doing everything for the veterans. So we're making sure we do it efficiently, as per what the president, who has set the agenda to say, take care of my veterans, but also set the agenda that the way we do things in Washington is over.
So, Mr. Secretary, I heard you say we're just getting started. I'm looking at the budget there at the VA. It's doubled in the last 7 years, or at least since 2017, from $183 billion up to about $370 billion. Do you believe that the budget needs to be pared back? If so, how much? And when you say we're just getting started, how many more job cuts are coming potentially?
Well, I think one of the things we're first looking at right now is the contracts, and I think that's going to be something that look. We have VA employees who work for me who are our Doge liaisons who are going through our contracts and making sure that we're not paying for things that we don't need to. I've got some more. Right now, they're making sure that those contracts are not again hitting critical issues. But also that we're already seeing really, I think, and we're going to be able to announce this as we go forward, a lot of money in those. Just a quick example, we got rid of DEI. That was $14 million we were spending on basically dividing our workforce instead of uniting our workforce that we can now spend towards
do you need to peel the budget? Do you need to peel the budget back tens of billions of dollars maybe, or you're not willing to go there?
I think we've got a lot. I'm just, we're not right there, but get ready. The number will be substantial because we're seeing the things that should have been done into this. Really when you focus on veterans, we need to peel off the things that doesn't need to be a part of what we're doing so we can focus on our mission.
I mentioned the hamburgers and the Whoppers, which you responded to. The senator who represents your state, John Ossoff, and other Democrats are worried that Doge is accessing information it should not have. What can you tell us, Mr. Secretary, about the information that Doge does and does not have?
Look, this is very simple. And to my senator from my state, instead of going at innuendo and non-fact-based information, let's just go to the facts. I've heard everything from Elon Musk is touring the halls of the VA looking for data. Elon Musk has not been here. We're already looking at the contracts. They don't have access to private data. They don't have access to personal health information. That is not true. Again, and I've said it before, but I got to say it again.
What do they have access to?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
What do they have access to?
They're looking at our contracts. They're looking at our operations. They're looking at how we do with what we're doing with our personnel. That's what we're looking at right now to find the areas of efficiency that the OPM and the president have directed us to do.
Got it. The VA Secretary is Doug Collins, joining us live tonight here on the Hill. There is so much to get to. Your agency is massive. I wish we had more time, so I hope you can come on back. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.